Welcome once again to the King's Trumpet. In this part 2 video of this series, we shall be looking at how it all began. That is, how the proliferation of gods came about. For the records, it is important to acknowledge that it was not always like this. The epidemic of gods was certainly a phenomenon that had a definite beginning. For your information, the doyen of the other gods was none other than a deluded, over-ambitious spirit who had thought that he could do a better job of being God than the real God. However, even with the help of other co-conspirator spirits, Lucifer could not achieve his ambition of successfully usurping the Almighty God. What happened next was that this enemy of God, who also caused the fall of man, along with his supporting cast of spirits, became permanently opposed to God. Thereafter, these fallen spirits and other allied spirits went out of their way to occupy and to try to dominate every sphere of creation outside the third heaven. Remember, they had already been excluded from the third heaven because of their rebellion and the war which they started in the celestial realm. Naturally, these wicked spirits, taking a cue from their master, were determined to assert themselves as the dominant forces in the second heaven, the first heaven, and on earth. It was therefore hardly surprising that St. Paul warned Christians in Ephesians chapter 6 verse 12 concerning these spirits who were hell-bent on causing as much damage as possible in creation. The passage of the Bible reads, "For we are not wrestling with flesh and blood," that is, contending only with physical opponents, "but against despotisms, against the powers, against," that is, the master spirits who are the world rulers of this present darkness, against the spirit forces of wickedness in the heavenly, that is, supernatural sphere. These were the spirits that went on to transmogrify into gods in all spheres of creation outside the third heaven. considering that a fallen humanity had become a sitting dog, humans found themselves at the mercy of these gods. In any case, these fallen spirits who had constituted themselves into different gods always wanted to be worshipped. Thus began all sorts of religions, faiths, and sects, all encouraging various forms of worship, rituals on earth. These spirits will appear to humans in diverse forms, guises, and ways. They were able to successfully impress upon humans that they were the sources and sustainers of life. They also insisted that they are in charge of all areas of creation. That was how earth dwellers ended up having gods who were in charge of realms and spheres. These were sun gods, moon gods, and sky gods. There were also mountain gods, valley gods, sea gods, tree gods, and earth gods. There were also gods who were deemed to be in charge of the different times and seasons of life. There were gods of fertility, gods of war, gods of harvest, gods of storm, and gods of fire. It was largely due to the fact that humans knew or believed that they had no choice, that they fell for the tyrannical charms of these gods. Please, do not forget to be on the lookout for